I can't believe someone just told me that this is Michael Owen. I mean, it's. No introductions needed, Michael. I am a huge, huge, huge fan. I'm a lifelong Liverpool fan, so I don't need to tell you what you mean to me and all the memories that you've created at Anfield and for us. It's an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for taking out the time.
Oh, it's my pleasure, and it was my enjoyment and my fun to give you all those memories. So thank you very much.
Michael, I'm just going to cut right to the chase. I think you're probably the only person in football history who has given fond memories to both Liverpool fans and United fans. Um, Obviously, you've got a lot of great memories at Anfield, and then you've also got a lot of great memories at Old Trafford. Are you aware of just how many fans you have in Pakistan and how many Pakistans are die-hard fans of Liverpool, Manchester United, and Real Madrid, three of your former clubs?
Well, I am very aware that the Premier League is obviously hugely popular around the world, and of course in Pakistan in particular. Um, Manchester United, Liverpool, I was very fortunate to play for two teams that of course, are so well supported around the world. And, of course, playing for Real Madrid as well was a very iconic team. So, yeah, it's great to have touched so many people's lives, to give so many people some happy moments. Of course, my best years were in a Liverpool shirt, and it was my dream to obviously play for Liverpool as I was growing up as a boy. Um, but to, of course, play for other teams and my national team as well, it was a privileged career that I led, and I'm pleased that as I say, I touched so many people's lives, and hopefully I gave them some great memories.
Absolutely. So everyone, Michael, knows about you. Although that didn't stop Maheen from introducing you, funnily enough, but everyone knows about you. Everyone around the world knows what Michael Owen has done and what he's all about. But what or how much do you know about Pakistani football, Michael?
Well, I'm obviously honoured to be asked to be the ambassador for the new Pakistani Football League. It is a huge honour because it's something to be involved in something right from the outset is very exciting. And of course, we've seen other leagues around the world that have cropped up and gone professional. Some with great success, some with less so success. And I think this is a huge opportunity for Pakistani football to improve, both from a club level and then, of course, at international level. We know that Pakistani people are very passionate about sport. I'm passionate about cricket and other sports that are over here in the UK, and we see the passion that you guys have about your cricket. So, of course, the love for sport is out there. The love for football is out there because I know how many people follow the Premier League. I mean, there's 220 million people out there in Pakistan. So I'm very positive that this new league can have a positive impact on so many people's lives. But I think the main job is to create something that it's exciting, that the fans are going to want to watch, that's sustainable. I think that's very key, is that it's sustainable. And we will watch this great journey, and in 20 years, I'm sure we'll look back and think, wow, how far we've come from 20 years ago. Now, it's not going to all happen in the first year. Facilities need to improve. The actual output of professional football will be what it is, but then we need to have young people aspiring to be footballers, to want to play. So I think it's going to have a huge impact on football fans, football lovers, and the standard is 100% going to improve. And I'm just very, very fortunate and honoured to be asked to be part of that journey, and I hope that I can add some experience and expertise in helping Pakistani football to improve.
I think no, it's our honor and our privilege as Pakistanis that someone like you has decided to come on board, and it says a lot about the project that they have going on there, that you've also agreed to come on board. Because if it wasn't sustainable and exciting, like you've said, then obviously it wouldn't really be something that you would be interested in. But you definitely are, and that's great. So, Michael, just moving on from something you've said right now, you're a man who has played in many different countries, and even after your retirement, you've worked in football in so many different places. With that level of exposure and knowledge, what do you think Pakistani football needs to get to the next level?
Well, I think it's quite evident. Let's be honest that Pakistani football is not at a great level at the moment. And with this new league, I think it's going to improve everything really, but not necessarily everything at the same time. And I think we all need to be understand that Pakistan aren't going to win the World Cup in 4 years' time. Nobody's promising that. But what we are saying is, if we can have a really successful league, if the fans buy into it, if they show the passion that they do in towards the Premier League or towards their national game of cricket, if we have that rivalry and all these things that football brings, then we're going to create something that's very special. We're going to have good teams playing against each other, which is going to improve the standard. With that, quite naturally, if there's popularity, then facilities will improve, not just for the professional game, but for youngsters as well. And again, talking about the youngsters, if they see professional people playing something with fans really enjoying it, it's going to be aspirational for them. They're going to want to take part. So over time, we're going to see something that's going to build and be even more and more exciting. And the level and standard is going to keep improving. So as I say, it's going to take time. But you will see immediate improvements. I think in the first year, 2 years, everybody will see improvement in standard, and once people get used to it and enjoy it, then everything's going to improve. But it's going to be organically, I think, and it needs to be sustainable. And if we have those two things, and an excitement from the crowd and a buy-in from the fans, then I think it's going to be a project that everybody's going to look back on in years to come and think, wow, that was done right and it was done well, and what a lovely product we've got now.
Yeah, I think they've already sorted the buy-in issue by having you on board. I think that's an automatic buy-in from everyone involved in Pakistan. So generally, just for people who are watching from here, what is the general perception amongst players in the UK of football fan following and the idea of working in Pakistan for a league like this?
Well, I think that football in Pakistan really is under the radar at the moment to the rest of the world, I guess. It's not a league that you'd switch on the telly and say, I can't wait to watch anything.
It's not even on the telly, Michael. I'm going to tell you that it's not even on the telly.
Exactly. So it's our job to build something that people are going to be interested in. We've seen with great headlines over recent years, the likes of America and China and places like that have launched these huge super leagues. So I think it's our job to create that interest over the next few years. Of course, there's going to be a big initial interest when everything's launched and when it gets going, and then it's our job to keep building on that, keep improving the standard. And who knows, in 5-10 years time, there might be, people might see the Pakistani league as a real serious league where there's transfers in and out. Maybe a Pakistani player will get bought by, seen playing for a team and bought by a Premier League. And of course, that Premier League team, that would then create huge interest, and the cycle and the snowball effect goes on. So I think we're not kidding ourselves in terms of it's going to take a bit of time. But I'd prefer things to take a bit of time and be done properly than just throw lots of money at something and it be gone in 5 years' time, So I think it's important that we build step by step. And there's no question that the levels will certainly improve over that time.
Absolutely. I love that you're thinking that way. And obviously you're a man of so much exposure and knowledge about the world game, because all the countries that I'm aware of that have developed have done so using the process that you've outlined, not just throwing money at it. So that's wonderful. Michael, just lastly from me, what do you think is the most exciting thing for yourself working as an ambassador for the Pakistan Football League?
Well, I think it's to be involved in something that's new, that's right at the start of something that has the potential to be something very, very special in the future, to leave a lasting legacy. In 100 years, hopefully the league is still going very, very strong. I mean, you look at the Premier League, it's just grown out of all recognition. Now it's watched by people all over the world. The popularity is amazing. And I'm very lucky to be working for the Premier League on the television coverage and doing various things. So I see close hand how special it is and how they've grown certain things. So just to be part of something new, I think is the most exciting bit, that has scope to make people happy, make people passionate. It's something that I'm not being asked to come and promote something because it's just my name and my face. I actually know things about this game. I've been there, I've seen it, and I've done it, and I can add value. So, you know, to have all those combination of things, then it's just not me endorsing any old project. It's endorsing something that I feel passionate about. So I can't wait. I don't want to wish my life away or wish the life away of Pakistani people, but it's I really can't wait to see what the league looks like in 10, 15 years, and how many places the Pakistani national team has increased in the FIFA World Rankings and things like that. I think that'll be a great gauge on the progress we're making. And so the excitement of being at the start of something, I think, is the big one for me.
Absolutely. That's wonderful, Michael. It was an absolute pleasure talking to you. I this is so surreal for me because I've seen you on television all my life. Playing, you were one of my heroes, playing alongside Steven Gerrard and Kara and everyone else. So it's an absolute pleasure, and I love that you're working for us here. And I love that you're totally invested in this project. Godspeed, and thank you so much for taking out the time. I hope to see you soon when you come to Pakistan in the near future, or whenever that may be. Thank you so much, Michael.
No, it's my pleasure, and I will see you soon. I'll be in Pakistan soon.